Hello, my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. In today's message, what I'm going to be going over today, a lot of people are trying to come and right their wrongs with you now at this stage in your life. And God is saying if they weren't hustling with you in the bad, they can't run it up in the good. Because some of these people did it so bad that when you needed them, it was hard out here for you when you was out here trying to hustle and pay the bills and pay rent and put food on the table, and they left you in a real vulnerable state without a blink of an eye. But see, I tell you, when people keep doing things, sometimes they need to be sat right there. Every time these people were doing things, you know how God saved you? He kept saving these people, kept giving them a break. But this time when they got themselves in that mess, God let them stay in that mess to think about what it is that they were doing to others and how they was making others feel. As long as they kept going around and cutting, they were cutting and they was moving. They was cutting and they was moving. They was cutting and they was moving. They wasn't taking the time to say, okay, let me stop. Let me see how deep did that knife wound cut you? How bad did you bleed out? These people will never know how bad it was and how they made you feel in that moment. A lot of things I feel like even for you is blurry because it was so bad in that moment. And God was on you about forgiving these people that some things you can't even recall. You don't even like talking about. That's how bad it was. But see, while they kept cutting and cutting and cutting and moving, they didn't realize it was cutting their protection. It was cutting their blessings. You were shielding these people from the judgment that God was trying to pass on them. And God came to you. I'm feeling like he came to you and he was telling you, when you going to step out the way and let me get to them how I need to get to them. You knew how bad the judgment was going to come on these people. And they didn't know. You was on life support trying to protect someone and trying to protect people who didn't even vouch for you. Couldn't even be there for you, to lift a hand or finger for you, to pay the bill for you when you really needed it. And you was just distraught because you didn't understand how that can go down like that. God say, you got to let me get to him. Ain't nobody going to be able to get to him and change this person until they sit in a mess for long enough. I kept saying, you need to let me get to him. You ain't going to be able to get to him. But you did it, and God knew. He gave you a choice. He knew how nasty these people were going to leave you. But he knew that once it happened, it was going to propel you to where he needed you to be. Because you had no choice at this point but to leave him alone. But the thing is, for as long as you kept shielding these people, you gave them a head start from that judgment that God was trying to pass down on them. So it took a little minute for God to catch up to them. That's why they thought they got away with it. But when God finally caught up to them and all hell broke loose, he snatched that rug from beneath their feet, the same as they did with you, without a blink of an eye. Because he knew that's what they needed. He knew that's what they needed. You gave them a head start. God been was trying to get to them. Right? The thing is with these people, while they kept cutting you, right? While they kept cutting you, you were suffering. And God said, because you had to suffer at the hands of them, they about to be suffering at the hands of me. Because I don't play that. And I don't like it. I tell you all the time, you can't save a person that don't want to be saved. You can't save a brother. You can't save a sister. You can't save somebody who don't want to be saved, baby. You had to learn that. Trying to save people. Trying to get them to see you in a certain way. Let people perceive you how they're going to perceive you. They don't pay your bills. God was trying to show you in all of that you went through. All the people who went up against one little you still ended up coming out victorious. You did that by your lonely. God told you that. You know, he knew he was. He said, you give yourself some credit. I'm about to give credit where credit due. Because even though I brought them blessings in, you sure held out till I brought them in. After people left you in a real vulnerable state, man. I'm telling you, that was a miracle. You came out how you came out. But see, with all these psychological games that people played on you, trying to play on your heartstrings, God said they about to be left in that for a minute. Because how I'm about to bless you and where I'm about to take you, they gave up on the real one. Because they was looking at things from society's glass. They had society's glasses on. How society perceives a bad woman, how a bad woman should look. How a baddie should look. Who a wife should be. Who they should be with. How much money. They was looking at things from society's glasses. Had they had on them spiritual glasses that God was trying to give them, they would have been smart about the situation. But God said that's neither here nor there. They bought all them psychological games. I'm trying to tell you something. They gonna sit in it. All them games they played. The way that God about to bless you and how he about to do you, and they know how nasty they did you, not seeing the good in this situation because they didn't think you was gonna be where you are right now. They gonna sit there in that rut for a minute thinking, dang, I could have had it all. I swear I could have had it all because they would have gave it to me. They would have fought for me. They did it when I had nothing. They did it when they didn't even have. It's going to force these people to sit in a mess, having nothing, building up things off of your merit, building off things off the backs of your hard work, the merits of your good grace, not even giving you credit, no recognition, dirty, disrespectful, ungrateful. Till God snatched it. He said, you want to be like that, boy? You must not know. You must not know who really controlled this here. Let me snatch this rug from beneath you. Let's bring you back down to reality for a little bit, sir. Let's bring you back down to reality for a little bit, ma'am. Whoever did it, whoever was dishing it out, taking how it resonate. They about to be left in them same games, the same rut that they wanted you to be in. I'm telling you, and God's saying, man, we don't do no groupies over here. We don't do no groupies over here. They were nasty when you needed them. Keep this in mind. And the reason why God hid you and hid your value because he knew how these people were going to try to attach to you or try to lock you down or keep you down. And that was going to prevent these blessings from coming in. He had to hide you to save you. Thank that man for that. You may not understand it, but thank that man for that. He hid you from the wrong people so he can expose you to the right ones. That's going to do right by you, baby. Huh? I just want to shoot that out there real quick because, you know, you owe yourself that much. You owe it to yourself, man, to say, I'm not going to feel bad about who I left in the past. You owe yourself that much that the good that's in your life right now, live how you want to live. Do what you need to do or what you want to do. You kept doing it for everybody else. Every time you got, people had. You made sure of that. You know why you're being blessed, man? Because you gave without wanting anything back. And what the small thing that you wanted from people, they couldn't even give it to you. They couldn't give you loyalty. They couldn't give you commitment. They couldn't give you respect. Couldn't give you the friendship, the love, the recognition that you wanted. The acceptance that you wanted. But you didn't need it. You get me what I'm saying? You didn't even need it. And so now everybody's about to be sat down. And he's saying, man, they weren't hustling. They wasn't fighting in the bad. They don't deserve to run it up in the good. They don't deserve to be talking about we about to blow a check, not around here. Doing all that laughing, doing all that he, and where he, hear ye. You about to be laughing it all the way to the bank now. You about to be laughing it all the way up to the corporate ladder now. You about to be laughing it all the way up to fame and fortune now. While they sit they butt down and see and think and be left in them same psychological pit holes that they was trying to leave you in, thinking that they could have had it all. But it's gone now. And God had to get to you after these people had did you how they did you. And he was like, listen, I got more stuff lined up for you. But before I bring it, I need you to forgive. I need you to forgive. You say, no, forgive? I don't know about that. God kept certain blessings on hold, even after you stepped away from these people because you were unwilling to forgive, which is understandable. God said, at this point, it's time to forgive. But all you could think in your head is how they hurt you, how they discarded you, how they rejected you. You tried to hurt me, then throw me out like something used. Trying to find a place in my heart to forgive you. You was trying to forgive, boy. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know why this song, let me tell you something. Heather Heatley, ain't it funny? I'm trying to tell you this song. Oh my gosh. Normally, I don't, but this song, like every day, I'm trying to tell you. And I be taking bits and pieces of it. And I be like, try to hurt me, then throw me out like something used. Try to throw you out like discarded trash. But that rug gonna get snatched if it hasn't already from beneath their feet. And they about to lose it all. And they about to be left in that same rut thinking that they could have had it all with you. And they're gonna try to come back, but that's why God is telling you, if they weren't there in the bad and left you like that, if I wasn't there, just think about what would have happened. But he's trying to tell you to forgive him. And you kept battling it. Trying to find a place in my heart. After a while, you kept saying it wasn't just this person, it was other people. It was other people. It was other people involved. It was other people involved. Some close to you, some who weren't. But you knew you had to forgive. Maybe some old memories will make me care for you. Y'all kept going down memory lane. Not just with these people. Not just whoever did it like this, It could have been family. It could have been you kept trying to go down. You were like, let me do the pros and the cons. Let me do the good and the bad. Even though you knew you had to give up on these people. You never forgot, but you forgave. You never forgot, and you never will forget, but you forgave. And for that, like I said, you about to be living a real blessed life. Peaceful. Confirmation. I'm telling you, man, I write these notes down, what come to me. I don't script this. I open my mouth, I pray before I come on here and I talk. Y'all about to be living a real good life, man, because you deserve it for all the hell you've been through. You owe yourself that much to say, dang, I deserve a break. I'm sorry. I deserve a break. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. You ain't being selfish. You ain't being stingy. You ain't being whatever. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. You owe yourself that much. Don't play with me. Don't play with God. Bask in your glory. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Live this blessed life, man. Don't feel bad like, oh, because other people are not and I'm not. And listen, if it came to you and it came to you in the manner that it did, you paid your dues for this. You paid your dues for this. And you owe yourself that much. And you owe yourself that much to be truthful with yourself and honest with yourself. And you know it too. You knew this long before I came on here. They was gonna try to come back. But let me tell you something. If they wasn't thugging it out, if they wasn't hustling out, if they wasn't fighting it out in the bad, they ain't about to run it up and blow a check in the good and lavish in everything that God is bringing your way. That's not how that works. Them blessings had your name on it because it was specifically created and intended for you to have them. Confirmation again. But let me tell you something, man. You already knew this. But long before I came on here and I said it, you already knew this. So at the end of the day, man, go ahead and you owe yourself that much. Give yourself that pat on the back, man. Go out there and let the sun hit your face wherever you are, man. Even if you're not, whatever, just go out, do something for yourself. You earned it. You earned that. You earned that. What you didn't earn and what you didn't deserve was these fakes in your life. Was these treacherous people in your life. So don't you feel bad about whatever it is coming their way, because people had people been smart about it, had people gave you the benefit of the doubt, had people gave you that chance to redeem yourself, to stick up for yourself, to say something, people was just believing, and they was believing hearsay, and they was going out and they was spreading, and they was gossiping, and they was laughing, and it was tough and it was hard. Yes, I know. Your mind will play tricks on you like, well, I know this. No, I seen them yesterday with this, so I know they know, and I know they know, and they know, and they was laughing, and da. But it doesn't matter about who know about your shortcomings and your shortfalls. You get me? In the lows of your life, because where God is about to take you to the high points, when he keep raising you higher and higher and higher, all these people who was connected, all these people who thought it was funny and judging you, about to be watching you. And I guarantee you, mark my words on that, they ain't gonna think it's oh so funny no more. They ain't gonna be laughing at them blessings that God bring your way. They ain't gonna be laughing how you gonna be looking now. They ain't gonna be laughing about who you hook up with now. They ain't about to be laughing about how your life turned around and how you about to be living now. So never mind about what happened in the past. It had to happen to get you here to this point. But let me tell you something. We don't do no fake apologies. We don't do no fake groupies over here. If they weren't with you thugging it out when the mess hit the fan and stuck it out with you in them bad, because let me tell you something. And I don't know why this coming to me, but you know, for those of you who don't judge and know what we about, we JC gang. So you already know I come with that real, I come with that fake. I'm telling you, man, I was I haven't watched this movie in a minute, so I don't even know why this song came to me. You know it's hard out here for a pimp when you trying to get this money for the rent. And I'm not saying that y'all pimps. I'm just saying whoever watching. It was hard when you was trying to go ahead and put that money together to pay the rent, right? After you knew what you had given to people and you didn't get none of that back and you had to start from scratch. It was hard. In the midst of all that, trying to build back up, you still had things that needed to be paid. You keep that in mind the next time that these people try to circle back around. You already did for them. You paid your dues. You owe yourself that much. That what's coming your way, let it be for you. Let it be for you. They weren't thugging it out. They weren't hustling. When it was bad, they ain't about to run it up in the good. And that's period, point blank. And understand, man, that you got a friend in me, that you got a sister in me. You already know we rock together, we slide together. JC gang for L, baby. Until next time, stay prayed up and be blessed, and I love y'all.